Imagine you're stranded in the Arctic. The wind is a beast, your fingers and toes are numb, and frostbite is creeping in. Time is running out. No heater, no fire, just endless snow and a thin canvas. The cold presses down, crushing the life out of you. But what if you could fight back? In World War II, soldiers in Finland discovered a way to halt frostbite and even reverse it, using the very snow that threatened to kill them. This is the story of how they turned their deadliest enemy into their greatest ally. 1. The forests of Finland. Finnish troops, outnumbered and outgunned, faced not just the Soviet army but a merciless cold. Temperatures drop to -40. Metal freezes to skin. Every breath is agony. Supplies are scarce. Equipment fails. Soldiers fall to hypothermia and frostbite as often as to bullets. They're fighting two wars, one against men, one against nature. Desperation breeds innovation. Watching the animals, they notice grouse diving into snowdrifts to escape the cold. The snow isn't killing them, it's saving them. Soldiers start digging into snowbanks, not to build fortresses but to escape the wind. The result is immediate. The wind stops. The air inside feels different, still almost calm. The snow walls act as a windbreak, creating a pocket of relative warmth. The snow, once the enemy, becomes an insulator. Even a shallow trench slows heat loss dramatically. Soldiers carve out tiny havens in the snow, turning the landscape into a shield. This simple act becomes a standard survival tactic, a moment of genius born from necessity. The snow is no longer the problem, it's the solution. This realization saves countless lives. The discovery was just the start. The Finnish soldiers refined their method, creating the Arctic minute shelter. First, find a deep, stable snowdrift, ideally on the leeward side of a hill or trees. Probe the snow to ensure it's deep enough and won't collapse. Dig a shallow trench just big enough to lie in. The smaller the space, the less air to heat. Insulate the bottom with pine boughs, a blanket, or anything available to prevent heat loss to the ground. Lay skis or branches across the top, cover with canvas or a poncho, then pile snow on top to form a roof. Crawl inside, block the entrance with a rucksack or snow, leaving a small hole for ventilation. Inside, the transformation is immediate. The wind vanishes, the cold recedes, and you're cocooned in stillness. The Arctic minute shelter is fast, simple, and uses the environment itself as a shield. The snow shelter insulates, but what if you could generate heat inside? Soldiers discovered that a single candle in a sealed snow shelter could raise the temperature by 30 degrees or more. The snow traps the heat, turning a freezing pit into a warm haven. Resistance fighters across Europe adopted the same principle: trap heat, and a little goes a long way. Some lined their shelters with reflective foil, bouncing body heat and candle warmth back inside. The result? A highly efficient thermal system, amplifying every bit of warmth. The combination of snow insulation, a small heat source, and a reflective surface became a survival trifecta. The soldiers' discovery is pure physics, insulation and stopping convection. Snow is mostly air, up to 95%. Air is a poor conductor, so snow traps heat. Like a down jacket, the snow shelter holds warm air close, preventing heat loss. The second principle, stopping wind. Wind chill strips heat away fast, but inside a snow shelter, the air is still. No wind means no rapid heat loss. Your body heats the air, and the snow keeps it in place. Add a candle, and you supercharge the process. Every calorie of heat is trapped, keeping you alive. The soldiers may not have known the science, but they mastered the results. Stop the wind, trap the warmth, and survive. The snow shelter isn't just physics. It's a medical intervention. Extreme cold triggers vasoconstriction, shunting blood to your core, and starving your extremities. Fingers and toes freeze, frostbite sets in, and hypothermia threatens your life. But inside a snow shelter, the wind stops and the temperature rises. The body stops panicking. Blood returns to the hands and feet, painful but a sign of hope. The core warms, shivering eases, and the mind clears. The shelter gives your body a fighting chance to heal, to reverse frostbite, and to survive the night. For soldiers, this was the difference between life and death. The same principles save lives today. Knowing how to build a snow shelter is a critical skill for anyone in winter wilderness. Modern gear can fail, but the environment is always there. Start with location. Find a deep, stable drift away from avalanche zones. Dig a small tunnel into the drift, then excavate a chamber just big enough to lie in. Keep the sleeping platform higher than the entrance to trap warm air. Insulate the floor with a foam pad, backpack, or spare clothes. Never lie directly on snow. Partially block the entrance, but always leave a ventilation hole. If you have a candle, light it safely. Use a space blanket if you have one. The temperature will rise, the wind will vanish, and you'll have a pocket of safety. With practice, you can build this shelter in under 30 minutes. It's a skill that could save your life, a legacy of survival passed down from those Finnish soldiers. The Arctic shelter wasn't born in a lab, but in desperation, by men who refused to freeze. They saw opportunity in the very thing that threatened them. Survival isn't about overpowering nature, but working with it. The snow wasn't the enemy, heat loss was. By using snow to stop heat loss, they found salvation. The greatest survival tool isn't what you carry on your back, but what you carry in your mind. The wisdom of the snow shelter is timeless, waiting for those with the eyes to see and the courage to learn. In the coldest storm, knowledge is your warmest ally.